Hi, I'm Dan from Tesseract.
I'm Jay.
And you are watching and listening to Loud TV.
It raised the bar sonically in every way. You know, the lessons that everyone had learned from the previous albums were just applied and made better for this one. And even the music, there were elements of the first album, there was the heavy stuff, elements of Altered State, the slightly more kind of complex proggy stuff, and then elements of Polaris, the catchy stuff. It was all in there. I don't know, I think it's the best one we've done so far, but I'm going to say that, aren't I?
I think the best is yet to come.
Oh yeah, that's a better thing to say.
I think we wanted to, like Jay's already explained, is just take one element from each release and mould it into a hybrid Tesseract sound, which I think we pulled off. Being super critical, there are elements of that record in the production and the mix and the master that we're not totally happy with, but I think we'll rectify that on the next record and make something even better. Yeah.
We like to work until the very last minute, and that was the music that we had when we had to hand in, and also opportunities get presented to us while we're writing. So all of a sudden, do you guys want to go on tour with Megadeth and Meshuggah? Yeah, okay. So that stops you writing. Do you want to go on tour with Gojira? Yeah, okay. And that stops you writing. You know, festivals. All of these things happen. And in 2.5, 3 years, you've got to write an album. And when it's music like this, you don't just have an idea and your song is finished. It takes a lot of work, a lot of back and forth, a lot of collaboration, and that's why it's 36 minutes, because they were the best 36 minutes of music that we had.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
That's the answer.
Well, you know, it's quality over quantity, isn't it?
I don't think that there was nothing else that was finished enough to put on the album.
No.
Like, it would have just been some, a filler track, something ambient, something small and short, and we didn't want to do that because that wouldn't have been true to everything we believe about our music and releases.
I think we're at a point where, as a band, we may be perceived as potentially more successful. I know that's a relative thing, but than other peers that we have. We are at the mercy of the business end of this at the minute. We don't have the luxury to say, okay, we're going to disappear for 2 years and write a record. We have a very demanding schedule that we have to be very strict with. That is slowly becoming more relaxed, I think, as things have progressed. I mean, even on this tour that we're on now, we've sold out 5 shows so far on the run, and we've never had that in Europe. Europe's a tough market. It's a growing market for us, and I think we're already noticing the growth and the buzz surrounding the band. So that's something that we want to capitalise on and just keep working very hard at and see where it goes. That was actually a coined word created by a gentleman called John Koenig, who is very much at the forefront of linguistic aggression, a very forward-thinking approach to describing words that may be on a scale ineffable. So the emotions that we sometimes feel that we find it very hard to express in words. He's very beautifully putting those thoughts and emotions into certain words and creating a visual and a video to accompany each of those words. And Sonder was one that we've known about for a few years, and I think we all relate to it on a level because it is something that we've experienced well, we experience it all the time on a voyeuristic level. You know, we travel around the world and we perform to different audiences, meet people from different backgrounds and cultures, and it's the realization that the people around you are living lives that are equally as complex and vivid as your own. And I think that is, on one level, can make you feel slightly insignificant because you become less important, and we're all very important people in our own minds. You know, we have one consciousness, we see through two eyes, and we become very cocooned and selfish. But on the flip side, I think it can make you feel quite special, because if you think about how unique we are to even have an existence, when you think about, you know, microbial life forms to, you know, flora, fauna, the world, planets, solar systems, galaxies, the universe, and the further you retract backwards, the more incredible you become. So I think that's the two ends of the spectrum. It's a very interesting concept surrounding Sonder, and I think that's maybe part of the success of the album, because a lot of people relate to it.
And we got people involved in it. There was a huge collaboration effort with the sound submissions, all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't just us. We wanted to put something out to the world because of the concept of the album, to involve our fans. And there's loads of just little Easter eggs and things in the background that are audio recordings that people have submitted to us. And we may not have just taken them and dropped them in, like they've been stretched, they've been reversed, there's been effects applied to all kinds of things, but a lot of them were used to help create the music.
They're very personal sounds as well, so moments throughout people's days. Well, we have already started writing for the next album, but we'll make more of an organised effort to get that going. I think we've got so many ideas in the background that I've even been demoing vocals to new Tesseract ideas over the last few days. In the green room at venues or on the coach. That very limited time we had on the coach. We're always creating new ideas and trying things out. So it's interesting. We have. It's funny, we have hours and hours worth of material that is just sat there not being used, and the way that we write is maybe different to other people, but we generally create a sonic jigsaw. I think that's the best way of saying it. We basically piece together sound clips until something works, and then we try and gel it together, and so that's how our music generally evolves. But we already have a whole back catalogue of ideas, so I don't think the next record will take too long at all. It'll be quick.
And we got there's touring happening next year as well. We're going back out to America with Between the Buried and Me. We are doing a load of festivals. We're visiting some places we haven't visited in quite a while. So there's a lot. We know what the next year's looking like, basically, and then album 5, really. Like you said, we just got to get stuck into that and get writing.